What up, peeps? Tony Baker here, back with another review. This time I'm continuing my review and recaps of WandaVision, okay? Now we're gonna talk about episodes 3 and 4. As you know, if you've seen episode 1 and 2 review recaps, I wasn't that impressed. I was like, all right, man, we get it. Old TV shows from the 50s and 60s. Cute. But come on! I didn't sign up for this. So now we go to episode 3, and episode 3 was crucial for me. I was like, hey, man, you're gonna have to get better right here. Third time's the charm, right? I wanted more. So episode 3 came on, same old, now we in the 70s. Now, mind you, the 70s is cracking. There's some good TV shows in the 70s. The music was fantastic, like Three's Company, man, the wardrobe. I was like, all right, the 70s. 50s and 60s, whatever. Good music, though, but visually, die. But the 70s, though, nah. I'm like, all right, the show looks a little bit more better. Because I grew up watching 70s shows, like Good Times, What's Happening, Barney Miller, you know, watching stuff. I'm like, man, look at the outfits. The Jeffersons, All in the Family. Those TV shows were better than me, less corny. Now, they are still in this corny make-believe state in episode 3, but it's the 70s now. But now I feel like everything is moving faster now. Vision is starting to be like, yo, what's going on out here? You know, when he's away from Wanda, it's like, you know, he was talking to the neighbor who was whacking weeds. But I'll get to that in the recap. Forget all that. But in episode 3, they're moving faster now, story-wise. So I'm like, okay, I see what's going on. We still dwelling in that sitcom-y world of corniness. But we're moving along. I see more visible cracks into what's going on now. No little tiny, hard to find Easter eggs. If I gotta go and do research on what's going on, that's a little too much. I'm supposed to know a little bit about a little bit when I'm watching it right there, okay? And in this episode, I feel like I was catching stuff more frequently than I was with episode 1 and 2. So episode 3 was an improvement, and it moved fast, and some things happened in episode 3, like some big things. I'll talk about that in the recap. But the review on episode 3, I'm giving it 3.5 saxophones out of 5. I liked it. It was moving. It was grooving. I was like, all right. But it's still not, we're still not out of the TV land aspect. I want out of the TV land aspect forthwith. Episode 4 comes on, and it's immediately the best episode so far. Episode 4 started how I wanted the whole series to start, with a slap in the face. I was like, yes, now I'm getting smacked up. Now I'm excited. Now I'm like, yes, tell me more. Take us there. I'm super excited. It grabbed me by the collar. I was like, yes, this is what I'm talking about. Now we're moving along. Monica Rambeau is more prevalent in this episode. We're kind of outside of that TV land aesthetic a little bit more. So I'm like, yes. And now they're explaining what we've been seeing in the episode so far. And I'm like, yes, this is what I was waiting for. Episode 4 was the episode I was waiting for. Bars. Even though it's the same word, but it's a different word. But it's the same. Episode 4 is the episode I was waiting for. Does that rhyme? Because technically it's 2 different words, 2 different meanings, and it rhymes because it's the same. Bars, man. Sign me up. Royce, Eminem, what's up? Battle me. Right here, right now. Look out. Episode 4 was easily the best so far. Easily. Bar none. And I'm giving episode 4, I mean, for what it is and for what it did and for what it generated in me and the interest and the explanations, I'm giving it a strong, robust 4 saxophones. I might even give it a limp, flaccid 4.5. It's that good, because now I'm like, I can't wait for episode 5 now. Before I was like, hey man, you better prove it to me on the next episode. Now I'm like, yes, give me the next episode. I have to see what's next. That's the difference, man. But forget all that. We're going to get into the recap of 3 and 4. Spoiler, if you haven't seen the episode, stop watching the video. I've been catching some of y'all in the comment section. You was like, you didn't warn me. Yes, I did. I warn you every time. You stuck around. You wasn't paying attention. You fed the cat. You went and did something, left the computer on. Then when you came back, spoil city. That was on you. Spoiler alert henceforth. Episode 3 opens up. We're in the 70s sitcom. They doing their little doohickeys and wah-ha-has and little corny, one-liner jokes at the crib. Wanda's pregnant. Her pregnancy is moving forthwith. I know I said that again, but it was just, lady killers. Shout out to Tom Hanks, you know what I mean? But the pregnancy was moving super fast. I know a lot of women were like, man, I kind of wish pregnancy was that fast. You know what I'm saying? But she ain't even got time to get her feet together. Anyway, so pregnancy's moving. But I noticed when Vision went outside to talk to the neighbors was out, yeah, you know what I'm saying? We out here, dude with the afro. He was weed whacking, and then he was cutting into the brick of the yard. He was just like, yeah, man, everything's good. Like, clearly, man, you cutting into the... Even Vision was like, hey, man, I know I'm in this little make-believe setup construct, but you cutting into the brick. You cutting into my fake brick, playboy. Like, what you doing? And so then when they lean on the wall, see, when you lean on the wall, that's when you get to the heart of the matter in the community. You know what I'm saying? You be leaning on the wall instead of Wilson. You know, Wilson was like this on Home Improvement. He was like, hey, yo, Tim. But dude was like, hey, yo, Vision, man. It was like he wanted to tell Vision something, but he couldn't. And Vision was like, what you mean? And that's Vision trying to, like, you know, figure out what's taking place around here. Like, what you talking about? But he couldn't really say. You know what I'm saying? And Wanda was in there by herself, you know, pregnant. And then her friend comes along, what's her name? Genevieve or Guinevere? Gwendolyn? Something with a G, and it's extravagant, but it's Monica Rambeau. That's who it is. Geraldine, that sounds like a black woman from the 70s right there. Geraldine! She got the afro, hands on the hips. Geraldine, that sounds like the title of a sitcom that lasted one season. But anyway, she comes over, and so now they're outside, you know, the black neighbor, Catherine Hahn's character, Agnes, is out there too, charming it up. She got a bicycle with her. Some people say that bicycle is a connection to the Wicked Witch of the West, claiming that Agnes is perhaps, she's definitely somebody hard-hitting because in the credits it's always, and Catherine Hahn, which is a dead giveaway that you are an important character. You're more than just a cast member. When you get that "and" title, that means you are crucial to the whole story. Catherine Hahn is some heavy hitter that she could be Mephisto, she could be Agatha, I don't know. We're gonna find out soon. But she out there, you know what I'm saying? With the red colors going on. They're like mindful of Wanda being in there alone with Geraldine. Like, what's going on in there? What they talking about? Vision like, what do you mean? You know what I'm saying? Vision don't know what's going on. But she's getting more and more pregnant. Everybody's inside. Vision is in there, they're talking, they're having a good time. All of a sudden, her water breaks. Starts raining, like her water just splooshed. Ha ha! Audience laughter, water breaking, it's rain coming down, you know what I'm saying? Everybody knows when the water breaks, it's crunch time. Babies is coming out, you know what I'm saying? So she delivers the babies right there on the living room floor. Vision is freaking out. Geraldine is there to help the delivery process, to catch the football snap, as I like to call it. It's the football snap. Childbirth is the ultimate football snap. You behind, you like the QB. You like, yeah, huh! You know, and you hike and then you pass, and then you might pass the baby off to somebody else in the hospital, but you're definitely passing it off. That's what football generated. But anyway, she delivers the baby. Baby comes out. They're like, yeah, but her stomach is still robust. Her stomach's still sitting high. She done delivered one of them. So they're like, yeah, the baby, you know what I'm saying? You got a son. Oh, snap. You know what I'm saying? They celebrating getting it in. Boom. She starts tripping out again. Another baby comes out. Twins. She done had twins in a matter of hours. She done delivered 2 healthy boy twins. So now they got twins, you know what I'm saying? So now we getting them in the crib. The babies didn't come out slimy. There was no slime, no afterbirth, no cleanup, no filth, the babies wasn't even wet. Babies came out dry. You think, man, if childbirth was that easy, they just come out dry and ready to be bundled. I saw childbirth firsthand. There's a lot of goo going on. A lot of goo, a lot of stuff and juices and cutting, and you know, it's a bloodbath. You know, they be in there and the gloves is just full of stuff and mustard, ketchup, bread pieces. It's going down at childbirth. So twins are here. Vision, you know, goes outside with the doctor because you know you got to walk people out, man. I believe in walking people out when they're guests in your home. You know what I'm saying? The walk out. You talk, make sure they get to the car, to the gate, to the edge of the property, whatever. And so she's in there alone with Geraldine. So Wanda's looking at the twins and she's just like, she's reminiscing. She's like, man, twins, man, that twin life. You know, I was a twin. Like, yeah, you were a twin, huh? Yeah, you know, a brother, and he died, didn't he? Ultron killed him. You know what I'm saying? Remember that? Remember your brother got killed by Ultron? Remember that? And then Wanda's like, what? I mean, you know, just your brother killed, Ultron, Quicksilver running, Avengers, he died tragically. You already lost your parents, and then your brother, your twin brother, died, and you was just hurt. Remember that? Who are you, man? How'd you get here? And you know that Wanda look when it's serious business. Remember how she was looking at Thanos when she came back? Remember when Wanda was a villain in Age of Ultron? Remember how she was looking? Remember that time she had to push Vision through the floor in Civil War? Remember that look? You know that Wanda look. And let me ask you this. When did Wanda lose her accent? She had an accent tough in Ultron. I'm about to go back and watch everything because her accent is slowly left. She pulled a storm on us. I'm gonna get to the bottom of this. So she's looking at Geraldine like, who are you? No, I was just, it's me, Geraldine. She was looking at that necklace that had the sword in the emblem, and she was just like, and then next thing you know, it just cuts. And then Vision comes back in. Where'd Geraldine go? Yeah, she had to run, you know what I'm saying? But in reality, she got kicked out of the whole fake prism world that Wanda has created. And the episode ends with Geraldine out on the grass. She done got kicked out. And then you see helicopters coming in. You can see stuff going on. Now we get a first glimpse of the real world. And I'm like, yeah, okay. Real world, episode 3. Episode 4 begins. We start off with Geraldine, who is Monica Rambeau, coming back from the snap. You see all her particles coming back. She wakes up in the hospital by an empty hospital bed. Now, when she got snapped loose, she was by her mom's side, who had just had a successful cancer surgery. So now, she's recovering from that. So she comes back. Nobody's in the bed. She's like, it's chaos in the hospital because people are coming back. When you got snapped out, now when you're coming back to where you got snapped out of. So it's just chaos. And I was like, yo, this is the first time we have seen this in the MCU. See, when everybody came back in the movie, it was just like Ant-Man looking outside like, oh, there's more animals outside. And then right after that, Thanos pulled up and just blasted the hell out of the Avengers headquarters. And then they just went to fighting. And then, you saw all them Black Panther and them coming in. Everybody came in to battle, but we didn't see the real world. We didn't see the comeback on that tip. Monica's like, yo, Doc, where's my mom at? She's like, your mom? She finds out her mom passed away. She's like, no, the surgery was good. Like, nah, but it was good, but the cancer came back and she died 3 years later. And so she's like, what are you talking about? And she had been gone for 5 years, and so that just now hit her in that moment. And I want to see more of this. Me and Sabrina was like, yo, give us a whole series of the snapback and call it the snapback. Of people just coming back and they got to adjust to regular life. Because if you leave for 5 years, you come back, whoever you was dating, they done moved on. Wonder Woman, man, she has been good on the snap. Wonder Woman would have been fine because she never moved on for Steve for 70 years. It just don't get that good. I'm sorry. It just don't get that good. 70 years? Come on, man. And they wasn't even together long. Don't get me started on that again, Cam. Damn it, I can go a whole YouTube video on the 70 years she can't get over Steve. But anyway, so she gets that horrible news about her mom and of course you gotta get acclimated. She goes back to work for SWORD, and then one of her first assignments is there's this weird thing going on in Westfield. She shows up, and she's asking the cops right there, yeah, Westfield. He's like, no, ain't no Westfield. What are you talking about? They're like, what do you mean? The sign says Westfield. No, Eastfield. You know what I'm saying? Cops was real weird. They was just like, what are you talking about? And then the cop that was there is like, yeah, man, these dudes is weird. They won't let us pass. He was like, well, what's going on in there? You know how it is when you can't do something. Somebody, this is America. You can't tell me I can't do something. I'm going in there. Well, ain't nothing in there. But let me go in there. It says Westfield, but it's Eastfield. But it says Westfield, but it's Eastfield. Let me go in there. I'm gonna go in there. And so she goes, she reaches out and gets sucked in to Westfield, which is the world that Wanda has created. Now, we're bringing in all these people. Darcy from Thor comes back, played by Kat Dennings. She comes back to investigate what's going on. So now we're getting a glimpse from the outside looking into this world Wanda has created. And so now certain things are becoming clearer. Like, why are we hearing people trying to get through to Wanda on the radio? We see it from the other side now. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, oh, that's why that happened right then and there. And then we see the bee. Remember the beekeeper came out of the sewer and was up there? Now we see why he was there and where he came from. It's like, oh, ho, ho. So now I'm having a good time because stuff is being explained and broken down. And now it kind of makes me want to go back and look at 1 and 2 again. Just to re-up. And then, this is a genius move. This is some Christopher Nolan type stuff. But to go back, You made somebody go back? You're doing a good job, even though we was annoyed and confused because of the TV thing. And it wasn't even the fact that it was confusing and hard to follow. It was just like, what's going on with the TV shows? But now we're getting answers to all of this. So now, Jimmy Woo, played by Randall Park, man, I like his face. He's out there and they're trying to figure out, you know, what's going on with Geraldine. And now we see what happens to Geraldine. Like we see Wanda threw her out of, she done busted through the house, the field, down the street. She done flew through billboards, refrigerators. Remember that refrigerator in Indiana Jones Part 4 that was impenetrable to a nuclear blast? Monica flew through that. She flew through Wolverine's bones. She flew through everything. Okay, and then she landed outside. So now they're like, oh snap. So now we're back in the present. And then we see Wanda snap everything back into the TV show reality. She brings it back to the 70s style, screen size and everything. We go back into this TV show dream she has created for herself. And so now that they left us on that. And so now I'm just like, I'm all in. Cause now that we can go from the outside to the inside, I'm liking it a little bit more. Now we're seeing the real world as opposed to this TV sitcom world. Now I'm more invested. So I'm like, yes, give me this. Yeah, man. So I'm excited for 5 and 6, man. Cue it up. Sign me up, man. I'm ready for the next one. It's getting better. I'm glad I didn't give up. No apologies yet because, you know, we still got to finish this thing. But so far, we are on the uphill. We are moving up. You know what I'm saying? It's getting better each episode. A lot of stuff goes down each episode. Some shows go like this, but this one is going like that. Steady ride. So episode 4 was a good time, man. Let me know what you thought about episodes 3 and 4. Let me know what you think in the comment section. What are your theories? What are you suspicious of? What are some clues that you was like, oh, that's what that meant? What are you confused on? Let me know in the comment section below. Also, what's your favorite episode so far? I guarantee you it's probably 4. But some of y'all be like, I like the aesthetic of episode 1 because it took me back to, you know, and that's fine. You know what I'm saying? But for me, as a Marvel head and want to get to the action, episode 4 was me all day. But let me know what you thought in the comment section below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And as usual, we out here.